Good evening. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Tuesday, November 17th. Market continued its rally today, tacking on another 30 points, and we're now entering the third week of this pretty decent sized rally. We're up about 700 points since the early November lows, but market action was pretty much crappy today. I mean, first couple of hours of the session, market was trading flat, but if you looked at the majority of stocks, you would have thought the Dow was down 500 points. I mean, just after a fantastic setup in the small caps over the last couple of days, just totally fell flat in its face today. No volume. Weak sellers were able to take the prices down very, very easily. We had some stocks with 20% spreads between the bid and the ask in the first hours, and there were actually some sellers into those ridiculous spreads. So, it's we're still in that transition period. A lot of traders are still sitting on the sidelines, bashing the market, or trying to protect their gains over the last few months and kind of unwilling to get into a market that's up so much recently. Still, there's some pockets of strength, and we're going to continue to take the shotgun approach. We're going to play small positions in a lot of plays. If they don't work or get close to stops, we bail. We can always rebuy when strength returns, and we just continue to maintain our high cash stance. If we flip over to the daily chart, you can see we've actually broken through that downtrend line on RSI that dates back to the July breakout, which in itself is kind of bullish here, especially with the small little pickup in volume that we saw today. Again, it's one of those markets where a handful of stocks are pretty much dictating this move higher. And as you can see on the Russell, uh, the real guts of the market are sort of, standing still right now. But anyway, let's jump into the stock plays. OPWV, very nice winner for us this past week. 25% move, hit both our targets. First target yesterday, second target again today, and just kept on moving. You should have booked at least a nice chunk of gains on this one. And if you're holding on, next target is a move to 290 plus. But this setup just worked out exactly as we expected, and a very nice move on that. Now, along the similar lines of the OPWV chart, we've got SMIG, Silicon Image Inc. This is a company, high cash balance. They've got 150 million dollars in cash, no debt, 170 million plus in revenue, and their market cap X cash is a ridiculous 20 million. As you can see, same sort of big sell off with the rest of the small caps. Nice consolidation here now for the last 2 weeks. It broke out yesterday and then continued that move today. So we're looking for a move here to the 50/200 day moving average up around the 260 area. A small position right now here. The buy would be 234 and under. Would look to accumulate more on dips, given the big move that it had yesterday. But this chart looks really, really good. We're getting it for dirt cheap, just like we did on OPWV down here, and then it went boom. SIMG is a stock that does the same sort of big moves that we've seen on OPWV recently. Stochastics look fantastic. Money flows about to go positive, and we had a nice ADX cross here yesterday. So this stock looks very, very nice for the near term. If you're playing this one, would look to play stops right at the 8-day moving average. So you're looking at, today's lows of 216 to 218. ASUR, like we jumped into some penny stocks over the last couple of days. We saw some nice momentum. This is one of those stocks got taken down on vapor volume today. Stock was down 20% on, I think it was 4,000 shares in volume. Just ridiculous. But again, you've got one of those things, traders holding on very tightly. They see the market not doing what they expect and they run for the exit. And when you see dips like this, it's usually a nice buying opportunity for the snapback. This is a quality tech play, which is what we're looking for, and the chart still looks very, very nice here. ONSM, same sort of thing. We've got a nice trading range here of 31 to 40 cents. So any dips on this one would be looking to pick up a position for a scalp, and then would look to add on a break of the downtrend line at 40 cents. TSTR was a very nice winner for it yesterday. Got as high as $1.49, and then they just walked this one down pretty quickly into the close yesterday. Would look to accumulate a scalp position here. The next move over the 20-day exponential at $1.30. We'd be looking for a close above $1.30, and that will be a big buy trigger on this stock. We got the positive MACD cross here couple of days ago, and all the indicators are a go here. This is a pretty volatile stock, so this kind of trading action is not uncommon for TSTRs. You can see it's happened before, right before the big move that we saw back in September. So more of the same here, and at least the moves, it's actually giving some nice intraday moves here for those looking to pick up some intraday scalps on this stock. CPST chart looks great. Got painted at the close. I did send out an alert that if you so felt, you could sell this one flat at entries and then look to buy a break of the $1.20 level. Again, just trying to be a little bit cautious because they were going after stops pretty hard today. Did get a positive. I mean, the technicals look really, really good on this one, as they do on many of the other stocks. So like I said, we can always jump out if we feel a little iffy on some of these plays and then buy the strength again on stocks like CPST. VLNC was one we moved back into yesterday and was pretty much trading flat for most of the day. That $1.16, 17 close we saw in VLNC, sort of a BS close today. The stock had a 121 bid, and then somehow trade for 100 shares went through at $1.17. You know, the rules got changed big time last year. You know, the clowns that Bush put in charge allowed a lot of these market rules to go through that essentially screw traders on the open and the close. It pretty much gives carte blanche to the market makers to paint whatever the hell price they want to without having to fill us on buys when they dip it like this or on sells when they spike it. Just more of the screw the small trader thing. But again, this chart looks a lot like OPWV. So again, it may just require a little bit of patience here for the breakout move, and that is why we continue to maintain high cash stance, small positions in a handful of stocks, and then wait for them to pop. Last but not least, a quick mention on AFOP. Love the setup here. This is a bargain of a stock, in my opinion. The guys throw off cash. They've got a big cash balance, no debt. Great sector of the market to be in for the next few months. About to get a positive MACD cross. Again, this was another one of those stocks that pretty much got hit by vapor volume, really tiny volume, selling volume today when small caps were getting slapped around by a handful of weak-handed traders. But irregardless, breakout on this one is $1.13, and a move is a coming on this one. It's in the right sector. These guys have enough cash that they're going to do a cash dividend payout to shareholders in December, so there's not a whole lot of stocks that do that right now. And again, fast dips like we saw today to $1.06. If you're lucky enough to pick up shares on fast dips like that, it should make for an easy flip around on the bounce backs when more level heads come in. But that's pretty much it for the video. I think SIMG, love the setup here. This probably could or should be a pretty big mover tomorrow in the market, especially given the heavy buy volume we've seen over the last couple of days. And that's pretty much it for the video. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Good night.